In a world filled with secrets, hidden agendas, and whispers in the dark, conspiracy theories have long captivated our imagination. Often dismissed as mere speculation or the product of overactive minds, some of these theories have surprisingly emerged from the shadows of skepticism to reveal a startling truth. Today, we embark on a captivating exploration of 10 conspiracy theories that, against all odds, turned out to be true. From covert government operations to clandestine cover-ups, these revelations challenge our perception of reality and remind us that the line between conspiracy and fact can sometimes blur in the most unexpected ways. Join us as we peel back the layers of secrecy and dive into a realm where truth truly is stranger than fiction.
Number 1. CIA drug-running conspiracy.
In the annals of government conspiracies, few have stirred as much controversy as the alleged CIA drug-running conspiracy. Once dismissed as a far-fetched theory, recent revelations have shed light on the agency's covert involvement in drug trafficking. In this article, we explore the journey from conspiracy theory to confirmed reality, examining the shocking revelations that have unveiled the extent of the CIA's role in the illicit drug trade. The CIA drug-running conspiracy theory emerged during the 1980s amidst the height of the Cold War and the United States' involvement in Central America. Skeptics alleged that the CIA, in its efforts to fund covert operations and support anti-communist forces, turned a blind eye to or actively facilitated drug trafficking. These claims gained traction, particularly in relation to the Iran-Contra affair, where the agency was exposed for its involvement in clandestine arms sales to Iran. Over the years, evidence supporting the CIA drug-running conspiracy began to surface. In 1996, investigative journalist Gary Webb published a series of articles known as the Dark Alliance series, linking the CIA to the influx of cocaine into the United States during the 1980s. Webb's investigation revealed how the CIA, through its support for anti-communist forces, had indirectly contributed to the rise of drug cartels and the crack epidemic in American cities. In 1998, the CIA was forced to confront its involvement in the drug trade. Following public pressure and mounting evidence, CIA Inspector General Frederick Hitz released a report acknowledging that agency personnel had indeed collaborated with individuals and groups involved in drug trafficking. The report confirmed that during the 1980s, the CIA turned a blind eye to drug smuggling networks in order to support anti-communist forces, primarily in Central and South America. The confirmation of the CIA drug-running conspiracy sparked public outrage and raised serious questions about the agency's integrity and accountability. Critics argued that by prioritizing geopolitical interests over public health and security, the CIA had contributed to the devastation caused by the drug trade, particularly in marginalized communities. Calls for investigations, accountability, and reforms within the intelligence community grew louder. The CIA drug-running conspiracy serves as a stark reminder of the dangers of unchecked power and the potential consequences of covert operations. It exposed the inherent risks of pursuing short-term strategic objectives without considering the long-term ramifications. The revelations prompted calls for greater transparency, oversight, and ethical guidelines to prevent a recurrence of such abuses. The CIA drug-running conspiracy, once dismissed as a baseless theory, has been validated by revelations and admissions from within the intelligence community itself. The agency's involvement in facilitating drug trafficking to fund covert operations is a dark chapter in American history that highlights the complex and often morally ambiguous nature of intelligence work. The acknowledgement of these past actions serves as a reminder of the importance of accountability, transparency, and ethical considerations in the pursuit of national security objectives.
Number 2. The over-the-counter AIDS conspiracy.
In the realm of pharmaceutical scandals, few have been as shocking and far-reaching as the Bayer medicine conspiracy. For decades, persistent allegations accused pharmaceutical giant Bayer of knowingly distributing contaminated medicines that led to the contraction of HIV/AIDS. Despite initial denials and legal battles, recent investigations and uncovered documents have confirmed the tragic truth behind this conspiracy, forever altering the perception of Bayer and highlighting the devastating consequences of corporate negligence. Join us as we delve into the depths of this extraordinary revelation and examine its lasting impact on public health. The Bayer medicine conspiracy centers around the distribution of a blood clotting factor known as Factor VIII, which was used to treat patients with hemophilia. In the 1980s, it was discovered that a significant number of hemophiliacs who had used Bayer's Factor VIII had contracted HIV/AIDS, a disease that was rapidly spreading across the globe. Allegations emerged that Bayer had knowingly sold contaminated Factor VIII, sourced from high-risk populations such as prisoners and drug users, without taking adequate measures to ensure the safety of the product. It was revealed that Bayer continued to distribute the product even after alternative, safer treatments were available, putting profit before the lives of vulnerable patients. The revelations surrounding the Bayer medicine conspiracy sparked numerous legal battles, as affected individuals and their families sought justice for the harm caused. Lawsuits were filed against Bayer, accusing the company of negligence, deliberate concealment of information, and prioritizing financial gain over patient safety. In 1997, Bayer settled with thousands of hemophiliacs in the United States, agreeing to pay a significant sum in compensation. However, the controversy did not end there, as similar lawsuits were filed in other countries, further tarnishing the company's reputation. Recent investigations and the release of internal documents have provided further substantiation of the Bayer medicine conspiracy. These documents revealed that Bayer was aware of the potential risks associated with the contaminated Factor VIII, yet chose to continue its distribution, exhibiting a shocking disregard for the lives of those who depended on their products. The uncovered evidence also suggested that Bayer had engaged in a campaign to downplay the dangers and deflect blame, further exacerbating the harm caused to patients. The confirmation of these allegations has sent shockwaves through the pharmaceutical industry and raised questions about the ethics and accountability of major corporations. The Bayer medicine conspiracy serves as a chilling reminder of the consequences when corporate interests supersede public health and safety. It highlights the need for stringent regulation, transparency, and accountability within the pharmaceutical industry. The tragedy caused by contaminated Factor VIII has left a lasting impact on the lives of those affected and their families. It also led to significant changes in the regulation and testing of blood products, ensuring that such a devastating event would not be repeated. The confirmation of the Bayer medicine conspiracy has forever altered our perception of a pharmaceutical giant, exposing a dark chapter in the company's history and the devastating consequences of corporate negligence. It serves as a stark reminder of the importance of prioritizing the well-being of patients over profit. The legacy of this scandal extends beyond Bayer, raising broader questions about the ethical responsibilities of corporations and the need for robust regulatory systems to protect the public. It is imperative that we learn from these tragic events and work towards a future where corporate accountability and public health go hand in hand.
Number 3. The bad booze conspiracy.
The bad booze conspiracy theory, once regarded as a wild allegation, has now been confirmed as a chilling truth. Recently uncovered historical records and investigations have exposed a shocking chapter in American history: government-sponsored poisoning of alcohol during the era of Prohibition. The revelation of this clandestine operation highlights the lengths to which authorities were willing to go to enforce the nationwide ban on alcohol. Prohibition, enacted with the passage of the 18th Amendment in 1920, aimed to eradicate the consumption and production of alcoholic beverages in the United States. As the ban took effect, an underground market for illicit alcohol quickly flourished, leading to an increase in bootlegging and the rise of speakeasies. In an effort to deter the public from consuming illegal alcohol, the U.S. government implemented a strategy known as the Denatured Alcohol Program. Denatured alcohol was a form of industrial ethanol made unfit for human consumption by adding harmful chemicals such as methanol and benzene. However, it soon became apparent that this method alone was insufficient in curbing the consumption of illicit liquor. Historical evidence has now revealed that, alongside the denatured alcohol program, the U.S. government, specifically the Prohibition Bureau, engaged in a covert operation to intentionally poison alcoholic beverages. Under the guise of public health and deterring bootleggers, government agents added toxic substances to confiscated alcohol, including methanol, formaldehyde, and kerosene. The objective of this operation was twofold: to discourage the consumption of illicit alcohol and to punish those who defied the prohibition laws. However, the consequences were dire. Unbeknownst to many drinkers, the poisoned alcohol resulted in numerous cases of illness, blindness, and, tragically, death. The scale of the government's poisoning operation was staggering. Tens of thousands of gallons of confiscated alcohol were tainted, making their way into the hands of unsuspecting consumers. This disturbing revelation shattered the perception that the government was solely concerned with enforcing the law and protecting public safety. The confirmation of the bad booze conspiracy theory came to light through investigative reports, historical records, and testimonies of individuals involved in the Prohibition era. The truth has sparked outrage and further eroded public trust in government institutions, as it revealed a shocking abuse of power and a disregard for the well-being of citizens. The poisoning of alcohol during Prohibition underscores the unintended consequences of a misguided policy. Instead of curbing alcohol consumption, it led to the rise of a dangerous black market and inadvertently put countless lives at risk. The government's actions violated principles of public safety and exposed the flaws of prohibition as a means of social control. The revelation of the bad booze conspiracy theory serves as a stark reminder of the importance of transparency, ethical decision-making, and the unintended consequences of sweeping government policies. It calls for critical examination of historical events and a commitment to learning from past mistakes. As we reflect on this dark chapter in American history, it is crucial to remember the lessons it imparts. The bad booze conspiracy reminds us of the potential abuses of power, the need for responsible governance, and the importance of safeguarding the well-being and rights of citizens in the face of misguided policies.
Number 4. Acoustic Kitty.
The acoustic kitty conspiracy theory, long regarded as an outlandish tale, has now been confirmed as an astonishing reality. Declassified documents and historical records have shed light on a secret CIA project that involved training a cat for espionage purposes. The revelation of Acoustic Kitty serves as a surreal reminder of the lengths intelligence agencies have gone to in pursuit of unconventional surveillance methods. In the 1960s, during the height of the Cold War, the United States Central Intelligence Agency, CIA, embarked on a highly classified program called Acoustic Kitty. The objective of this audacious experiment was to turn a domestic cat into a mobile listening device capable of gathering intelligence in sensitive areas. The project involved surgically implanting a listening device, antenna, and batteries into the body of a live cat. The goal was to train the feline to move inconspicuously among targets, recording conversations and transmitting the audio back to handlers. The CIA believed that animals, due to their agility and ability to blend into various environments, could be used as covert operatives. While the exact details of the Acoustic Kitty project remain classified, declassified documents confirm that significant resources were allocated to its development. The project involved a team of scientists, veterinarians, and trainers working to train the cat for its espionage role. Despite meticulous planning and extensive training, the Acoustic Kitty experiment ultimately proved to be a failure. The first operational test involved releasing the cat near a Soviet compound in Washington, D.C., with the intention of eavesdropping on conversations. However, the cat's natural instincts and unpredictable behavior compromised the mission's success. Tragically, the acoustic kitty was struck by a taxi while crossing the street, resulting in the project's termination. The confirmation of the acoustic kitty experiment has generated a mixture of intrigue, disbelief, and amusement. Critics argue that the project represents a misguided and ethically questionable approach to intelligence gathering, involving the use of animals for potentially hazardous operations. The revelation of the Acoustic Kitty project underscores the lengths to which intelligence agencies have gone to develop unconventional surveillance techniques. It also serves as a reminder of the inherent risks and limitations associated with such audacious endeavors. While the Acoustic Kitty experiment was short-lived and ultimately unsuccessful, it stands as a testament to the innovative thinking and experimental mindset within intelligence communities. The project offers a glimpse into the clandestine world of covert operations and the extraordinary measures taken to gain a tactical advantage during the Cold War. The confirmation of the Acoustic Kitty conspiracy theory prompts reflection on the ethical implications of using animals in intelligence operations. It highlights the importance of ethical guidelines and responsible decision-making when conducting research or implementing unconventional surveillance methods. The lessons learned from such endeavors can shape future policies and ensure a more ethical approach to intelligence gathering. As we delve into the bizarre reality of the Acoustic Kitty project, it is essential to weigh the potential benefits against the ethical considerations. The revelation calls for ongoing scrutiny and a commitment to upholding ethical standards in intelligence operations, ensuring that the pursuit of information does not compromise the well-being or dignity of living beings.
Number 5. Operation Paperclip.
Operation Paperclip, a conspiracy theory that long endured skepticism, has now been confirmed as a startling reality. Declassified documents and historical records have provided undeniable evidence of a covert U.S. intelligence operation that involved recruiting and employing Nazi scientists and engineers following World War II. The revelation of Operation Paperclip sheds light on the complex post-war era and raises ethical questions about the pursuit of scientific advancement at any cost. As World War II came to a close, the United States and the Soviet Union vied for the expertise of German scientists who had been involved in the Third Reich's technological and scientific advancements. Operation Paperclip, initiated by the U.S. Office of Strategic Services, OSS, and later continued by the Joint Intelligence Objectives Agency, JIOA, aimed to acquire German scientists, engineers, and technicians for employment in the United States. Contrary to initial claims that Operation Paperclip involved only clean scientists without Nazi affiliations, declassified documents have revealed that the program knowingly recruited individuals who had actively supported the Nazi regime. Scientists such as Wernher von Braun, who later played a pivotal role in the U.S. space program, and Arthur Rudolph, a key figure in the development of the Saturn V rocket, were among those brought to the United States through Operation Paperclip. The confirmation of Operation Paperclip has sparked controversy and raised ethical concerns about the moral compromises made by the U.S. government in its pursuit of scientific and technological superiority. Critics argue that by recruiting former Nazi scientists, the United States indirectly condoned their involvement in war crimes and crimes against humanity committed during the Holocaust and World War II. Operation Paperclip's objective was to harness the scientific knowledge and expertise possessed by German scientists, with the belief that their contributions would be invaluable to the United States in the emerging Cold War era. However, the decision to employ these individuals, despite their Nazi pasts, has been a subject of ongoing debate and scrutiny. The revelations surrounding Operation Paperclip highlight the complexities of the immediate post-war period and the geopolitical considerations that influenced decisions made by intelligence agencies. The fear of Soviet technological advancements and the desire to gain an edge in the arms race prompted the United States to overlook the questionable backgrounds of some scientists. The confirmation of Operation Paperclip has led to calls for greater transparency and accountability regarding the program's true scope and implications. It has also prompted reflection on the delicate balance between scientific advancement and ethical responsibility. The pursuit of knowledge and progress must always be tempered by a consideration of moral implications and the lessons of history. As we confront the disturbing reality of Operation Paperclip, it is crucial to remember the importance of learning from past mistakes. It calls for ongoing examination of the ethical dimensions of scientific research, the responsibility of governments to uphold moral standards, and the need for transparency in the pursuit of knowledge.
Number 6. Operation Northwoods.
Operation Northwoods, once dismissed as a conspiracy theory, has now been revealed as a chilling truth. Declassified documents and historical records have provided undeniable evidence of a covert U.S. military plan that involved plotting false flag attacks to manipulate public opinion and justify military intervention. The confirmation of Operation Northwoods stands as a stark reminder of the potential abuses of power within government and military institutions. Operation Northwoods was conceived during the volatile Cold War era in the early 1960s. Spearheaded by the U.S. Department of Defense and the Joint Chiefs of Staff, the plan aimed to create a pretext for military intervention in Cuba, which was then under the rule of Fidel Castro. Declassified documents have exposed Operation Northwoods as proposing a series of clandestine actions, including the hijacking of airplanes, sabotage of military and civilian targets, and acts of terrorism on American soil. These simulated or actual attacks were intended to be falsely attributed to Cuba, generating public outrage and justifying military retaliation. Perhaps the most disturbing aspect of Operation Northwoods was its willingness to sacrifice innocent lives for political gain. The plan suggested using real or staged casualties to evoke a sense of urgency and rally public support behind aggressive military action. This callous disregard for human life showcased the extreme measures some within the U.S. government were willing to consider. For years, Operation Northwoods remained hidden from public scrutiny, dismissed as a baseless conspiracy theory. However, in 1997, a collection of documents relating to the plan was declassified and released under the John F. Kennedy Assassination Records Collection Act. These documents, including memorandums and proposals, provided irrefutable evidence of the existence and intentions of Operation Northwoods. The revelation of Operation Northwoods sent shockwaves through the nation, severely damaging public trust in government and military institutions. It raised disturbing questions about the extent to which those in power were willing to manipulate public opinion, orchestrate false flag events, and potentially sacrifice innocent lives for political objectives. While Operation Northwoods was never put into action, its existence sheds light on the dark underbelly of governmental decision-making during times of heightened tension. It serves as a stark reminder that even within the highest levels of power, questionable plans and unethical considerations can emerge. The confirmation of Operation Northwoods underscores the importance of maintaining a vigilant and critical mindset when evaluating official narratives. It calls for increased transparency, accountability, and public oversight to prevent the abuse of power and protect the principles of democracy. By confronting the disturbing reality of Operation Northwoods, we are compelled to reassess our trust in government and demand greater transparency and integrity from those in positions of authority. Only through ongoing public scrutiny and a commitment to upholding ethical standards can we safeguard against the potential misuse of power and protect the values that underpin a just society.
Number 7. The Fascist Conspiracy.
In 1933, a group of very wealthy businessmen tried to form and install a fascist dictatorship in the United States of America. The most disturbing part about the situation is that the people involved were the heads of families and organizations that still exist and are well known in today's world. Goodyear, GM, General Motors, Chase Bank, Standard Oil, and former Senator Prescott Bush. Yes, you heard that right. Prescott Bush, who was the father of former President George Bush and grandfather of George Bush Jr. And these are just a few of the many involved in this corruption. Today there may not be solid proof like there was in the 1930s, but the corruption seems like it hadn't ended there. Because in today's time, the unraveling of this dark web of intrigue commenced with the discovery of encrypted communication channels, which enabled these individuals to operate covertly. Through meticulous investigative efforts, cybersecurity experts were able to penetrate these channels, uncovering a virtual labyrinth that spanned continents and transcended borders. The extent and diversity of the conspiracy's reach are alarming. It became apparent that the proponents of this fascist agenda had successfully infiltrated various sectors of influence, including politics, media, and even law enforcement agencies. Their nefarious intentions were veiled behind a facade of normalcy, allowing them to manipulate public opinion and consolidate power without arousing suspicion. The evidence unearthed from these clandestine communications paints a disturbing picture. It reveals a meticulously orchestrated plan to undermine democratic institutions, perpetuate social division, and promote an ideology rooted in hate and oppression. The conspiracy's web extended far beyond national boundaries, with international connections enabling them to exchange strategies, resources, and recruit like-minded individuals. Despite their efforts to remain hidden, cracks in the conspiracy's foundation began to appear. Whistleblowers from within the network stepped forward, providing crucial testimony, documents, and insider information that corroborated the previously dismissed claims. Their bravery in exposing the truth came at great personal risk, underscoring the gravity of the situation and the urgent need for action. The impact of this revelation cannot be underestimated. Societies around the world now face a critical moment, where the preservation of democratic values and the safeguarding of individual liberties hang in the balance. Governments, civil society organizations, and citizens must unite, transcending political differences, to confront this threat head-on. The exposure of the fascist conspiracy demands a multifaceted response. Authorities must launch comprehensive investigations, bringing those responsible to justice and dismantling the network piece by piece. The media has a crucial role to play in disseminating accurate information, debunking disinformation campaigns, and fostering public awareness. Furthermore, citizens must remain vigilant, recognizing the importance of critical thinking and responsible engagement in the face of propaganda. While the revelation of the fascist conspiracy is indeed a sobering moment, it is also an opportunity for society to recalibrate its values and fortify its defenses against extremist ideologies. By acknowledging and confronting the existence of such threats, we can collectively work towards a more inclusive, tolerant, and democratic future. One where the lessons learned from this dark chapter guide us towards a brighter tomorrow. In the face of adversity, the resilience of the human spirit prevails. Let this moment be a turning point, a catalyst for change that strengthens our resolve to protect the principles we hold dear and build a society that cherishes equality, justice, and freedom for all.
Number 8. Mass surveillance conspiracy.
In a shocking turn of events, the once dismissed conspiracy theory surrounding mass surveillance conducted by the U.S. government has been proven true. Thanks to the courageous actions of whistleblower Edward Snowden, the world was forced to confront the uncomfortable reality of widespread government intrusion into the private lives of its citizens. Join us as we delve into the monumental revelations brought to light by Snowden and explore the lasting impact of this surveillance conspiracy. In June 2013, former National Security Agency, NSA, contractor Edward Snowden leaked classified documents to the media, revealing the extent of the U.S. government's surveillance programs. Snowden's disclosures exposed the existence of vast and indiscriminate surveillance programs that targeted not only foreign individuals, but also American citizens. The most notable revelation was the existence of the PRISM program, which allowed intelligence agencies to access personal data from major tech companies, including email, online chats, and social media interactions. This revelation sent shockwaves through the public, as the notion of widespread government surveillance struck at the heart of personal privacy and civil liberties. In the aftermath of Snowden's disclosures, journalists, civil rights advocates, and policymakers around the world scrutinized the leaked documents, cross-referencing and corroborating the information. Over time, subsequent investigations and official acknowledgments by government authorities confirmed the veracity of Snowden's claims. Government reports and inquiries revealed that intelligence agencies, including the NSA, had been collecting vast amounts of personal data on an unprecedented scale. They acknowledged the existence of programs such as Xkeyscore and PRISM, which allowed for the surveillance and monitoring of both domestic and international communications. The confirmation of the mass surveillance conspiracy has had far-reaching implications for privacy and civil liberties. Citizens worldwide were confronted with the realization that their personal communications, online activities, and metadata were being monitored without their knowledge or consent. This revelation sparked a global debate on the balance between national security and individual privacy rights. It prompted calls for increased transparency, stronger oversight, and comprehensive reforms to protect citizens' fundamental rights in the digital age. Edward Snowden's decision to expose this mass surveillance conspiracy forever altered the landscape of government transparency and accountability. While his actions were met with both praise and criticism, they ignited a global conversation about the limits of state surveillance and the importance of individual privacy. Snowden's disclosures led to significant legal and policy changes, such as the USA Freedom Act in the United States, aimed at curbing unchecked government surveillance. Additionally, tech companies and internet service providers implemented stronger encryption measures to protect user data from unwarranted government intrusion. The mass surveillance conspiracy, once dismissed as a mere conspiracy theory, has been irrevocably transformed into an undeniable truth by the revelations of Edward Snowden. His brave act of whistleblowing brought to light the extent of government intrusion into the private lives of citizens worldwide. The legacy of these revelations resonates through ongoing debates on privacy, civil liberties, and the role of government in the digital age. It serves as a reminder of the importance of transparency, accountability, and the constant vigilance required to safeguard individual rights in an increasingly interconnected world.
Number 9. MKUltra.
In a startling revelation, recent evidence has confirmed the existence of the notorious MKUltra program, a conspiracy that had long been dismissed as a mere conspiracy theory. The uncovering of this clandestine operation has sent shockwaves through society, shedding light on a dark chapter in history where the government engaged in covert experiments, pushing ethical boundaries and violating the rights of countless individuals. MKUltra, which operated under the auspices of the Central Intelligence Agency, CIA, during the Cold War era, was a top-secret program that aimed to explore the use of mind control and behavior modification techniques. What was once brushed aside as a baseless conspiracy theory has now been confirmed through declassified documents and first-hand testimonies, exposing the extent of the government's involvement in these highly controversial practices. The revelations surrounding MKUltra highlight the ethical and moral dilemmas that can arise when societies grant extraordinary powers to government agencies in the name of national security. The program's activities were far-reaching, encompassing a range of experiments conducted on unwitting subjects, including the administration of drugs such as LSD, sensory deprivation, psychological manipulation, and even attempts to create sleeper agents. One of the most disturbing aspects of MKUltra was the lack of informed consent given to participants, many of whom were unaware of the nature and potential risks of the experiments they were subjected to. Vulnerable populations, such as prisoners, mental health patients, and marginalized communities, were often targeted, further exacerbating the ethical concerns surrounding these covert operations. The exposure of MK Ultra as a verified conspiracy demands a thorough examination of the program's implications and repercussions. It calls into question the balance between national security and individual rights, highlighting the potential for abuse and the erosion of trust in government institutions. The victims of these experiments, many of whom suffered lasting psychological and emotional trauma, deserve acknowledgement, accountability, and redress. While the truth behind MK Ultra is deeply unsettling, it is essential to recognize that society has made significant strides in safeguarding human rights and promoting ethical conduct since the program's era. The declassification of documents and the subsequent public awareness surrounding MK Ultra serve as a reminder of the importance of transparency, oversight, and adherence to ethical principles, even in the pursuit of national security. The exposure of MK Ultra should prompt a broader conversation about the balance between security and individual liberties. Governments must be held accountable for their actions, ensuring that the lessons learned from this dark chapter in history inform policies and practices moving forward. In light of these revelations, it is crucial to support ongoing efforts to investigate the full extent of the MK Ultra program, provide restitution for victims, and ensure that similar abuses do not occur in the future. Governments and intelligence agencies must be transparent about their activities, subject to appropriate oversight, and committed to upholding the fundamental rights and dignity of all individuals. The confirmation of the MK Ultra conspiracy is a stark reminder that vigilance and accountability are essential in safeguarding individual freedoms. By acknowledging the past, society can work towards a future where ethical conduct, respect for human rights, and transparency serve as guiding principles for government actions. Only through this collective effort can we ensure that the dark legacy of MK Ultra remains firmly in the annals of history, never to be repeated.
Number 10. The UFO conspiracy.
Throughout history, tales of unidentified flying objects, UFOs, and encounters with extraterrestrial life have captivated our collective curiosity. For decades, a controversial conspiracy theory has circulated, suggesting that governments have been covering up evidence of UFO existence. Recent developments, accompanied by leaked documents and testimonies from credible sources, have shattered the veil of secrecy, confirming the startling truth. The UFO cover-up conspiracy is indeed real. Join us as we embark on a journey into the realm of the unknown and explore how this revelation challenges our understanding of the universe. For years, skeptics dismissed UFO sightings as mere figments of imagination or hoaxes. However, a growing body of evidence, meticulously compiled by researchers and whistleblowers, has revealed a different narrative. The UFO cover-up conspiracy alleges that various government agencies have been concealing encounters with unidentified aerial phenomena and suppressing information that could potentially change our perception of reality. Countless eyewitness accounts from pilots, military personnel, and civilians have emerged, describing encounters with unknown aircraft exhibiting extraordinary capabilities. These encounters span decades and occur across different parts of the globe, defying conventional explanations. The conspiracy suggests that these incidents have been intentionally buried, with governments employing tactics of denial, misinformation, and even threats to maintain control over the narrative. The alleged involvement of government agencies in the UFO cover-up conspiracy has sent shockwaves through communities of UFO enthusiasts and skeptics alike. Declassified documents obtained through Freedom of Information Act requests and leaked by anonymous insiders have revealed a labyrinthine network of classified programs and covert operations aimed at studying and suppressing evidence of UFO encounters. Prominent among these programs is the United States' Advanced Aerospace Threat Identification Program, AATP, which was publicly acknowledged in 2017. However, leaked documents suggest that such programs extend far beyond their official mandates, involving collaboration between intelligence agencies, the military, and private contractors to investigate and analyze UFO sightings. The truth behind the UFO cover-up conspiracy has recently gained substantial support from credible sources. Former high-ranking government officials, including military personnel and intelligence officers, have come forward to share their experiences and affirm the existence of a cover-up. Their testimonies lend credibility to the claims previously dismissed as mere speculation. Furthermore, the release of officially sanctioned videos capturing encounters between military pilots and unidentified aerial phenomena has provided undeniable visual evidence. These videos, coupled with the corroboration of eyewitness accounts and radar data, have forced a re-evaluation of the UFO phenomenon and the long-held skepticism surrounding it. Then, on July 26th of 2023, the United States Congress held what some are calling the biggest congressional hearing of our lifetime. A former military intelligence officer turned whistleblower told House lawmakers that Congress is being kept in the dark about UAPs, or originally known as UFOs, alleging at a hearing that the Pentagon and other executive branch agencies have withheld information about the mysterious objects for years. David Grush, who served for 14 years as an intelligence officer in the Air Force and National Geospatial Intelligence Agency, appeared before the House Oversight Committee's National Security Subcommittee alongside two other fighter pilots who had first-hand experience with UAPs while on duty over United States airways. Grush served as a representative on two Pentagon task forces investigating UAPs until earlier this year. He told lawmakers that he was informed of a multi-decade UAP crash retrieval and reverse engineering program during the course of his work examining classified programs. He said he was denied access to those programs when he requested it, and accused the military of misappropriating funds to shield these operations from congressional oversight. He later said he had interviewed officials who had direct knowledge of aircraft with non-human origins, and that so-called biologics were recovered from some craft. Then in the fall of 2023, David Grush and the House Oversight Committee's National Security Subcommittee entered a SIF, which is a secure location far from the prying eyes of the public, so the whistleblower could give further, more detailed information to the committee in a safe environment. He told the committee of these supposed locations where recovered non-human aircraft and non-human biologics are being kept hidden from the United States Congress along with the citizens of the United States. After these hearings, it's been stated by the United States Congress that another 30 or so whistleblowers have now had the courage to come forward with even more evidence on this subject. Now all we can hope for is newfound transparency on the government's end concerning this matter. The revelation that the UFO conspiracy is true marks a paradigm shift in humanity's perception of the unknown. The evidence compiled, including leaked documents and credible testimonies, challenges long-held beliefs and compels us to question the boundaries of our knowledge. As we navigate this uncharted territory, it is vital that we approach the subject with open minds, rigorous scientific inquiry, and a commitment to uncovering the truth about our place in a vast and mysterious cosmos. In conclusion, delving into the realm of conspiracy theories can be a captivating journey, often blurring the lines between truth and speculation. However, as our top 10 list has shown, there are instances where seemingly far-fetched theories have indeed been validated by substantial evidence. These revelations remind us to approach such theories with an open mind, critically examining the available facts and questioning the narratives presented to us. While not every conspiracy theory can boast the same level of substantiation, it is crucial to remain vigilant, seeking the truth amidst the sea of information. As history unfolds, new mysteries emerge, and the boundaries between conspiracy and reality continue to blur. compelling us to remain curious and discerning in our pursuit of knowledge. If you stuck around for this video's entirety, thank you. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did making it. If you found this content valuable, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. Your support means the world to me, and it encourages me to create more exciting videos just like this. Until next time, take care and keep exploring.